Welcome to the 14th of May, 2024. My name is Jimmy Bradbury. I help entrepreneurially minded people who feel stuck in a 9-to-5 job, or maybe it's a business that they own that feels like a job. I help those people take their knowledge and experience on a topic that they're really passionate about, share that knowledge and experience with those people to help them move forward in their lives and getting paid doing it. Now, if I was to go back to 2018 when I was starting out online, there would be two things I would do. And they would be things that I think will help you, but not necessarily something that people are automatically going to think about. Number one, I think a lot of people now know today in 2024 that coaching is a fairly mature industry. So getting a coach to help you is something that a lot of people know about. Not necessarily do, but a lot of people know about them. And I'd certainly get a coach when I was starting out. Big investment, but worthwhile. The second thing I would do, which not many people are aware of, and I want to talk about that today, which is investing in masterminds. So if I was going back and starting again in 2018, two big investments I'd make is coaches, or one coach to start with anyway, and two, joining a mastermind group. So what are mastermind groups? Masterminds were first, the concept was first established in 1937 in a book that was written by Napoleon Hill. If you haven't read it already, read it. I've read it hundreds and hundreds of times. Literally, I've read it hundreds of times. One of my favorite books, which is called Think and Grow Rich. Now, rich is not necessarily money. Rich is about having a wealthy lifestyle in terms of not just money, but health, well-being, relationships, loads and loads of things. So that book was written in 1937, but there's a whole paragraph or a whole chapter that's around masterminds. Essentially, like-minded people getting together in a group to be able to help each other with their businesses. And today, even though for a lot of people they're mainstream, not many people know about them. So I want to try and help people if they're looking to join a mastermind. So think of it as a group of people that get together, they support each other, they help each other build their businesses. When you're looking, so that's number one, that's kind of like big picture stuff. Number two, why do people join them? There's a whole range of reasons why people join them. They join them to be with a group of like-minded people, which is one of the reasons why I do it. Number two, they join them for the training. Number three, they join them because of the events they've got. The really good mastermind groups have live events every year. 2, possibly 3. I'm in 2 masterminds at the moment, and both of those have 3 events every year, like live in-person events, not on Zoom, not virtual events, actually live in person, because that's where you really get a lot out of mastermind groups, because nothing like meeting people in person. Even though we're living in a virtual world, it seems like someday where so many meetings are conducted on Zoom and so much work is done remotely, there is no substitute for actually meeting people in person. So if you're in a mastermind group and you are looking to join one, people, surrounding yourself with like-minded people, training, and being able to have the opportunity to meet people in person in live events. That's number 2. Number 3, I think, like if I tie that on to number 2, number 3, why people don't join them, obvious one, people are not aware of them. They don't know they're out there. They've never heard of them. They're a bit like me, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, never heard of this concept called masterminds. That's number 1. Number 2, another big reason why people don't join masterminds is fairly similar because to actually investing in a coach. They get scared because of the investment that you've got to actually make to join a mastermind group. And I think this was me back in 2019, 2018, 2019, joining a mastermind group. For me at that time was a huge sum of money. In fact, I didn't have the money at that time, but I did know that if I wanted to get to the next level, by surrounding myself with like-minded people who were at a level that I wanted to get to, I had to join a mastermind group. So I had to really dig deep in being resourceful to find the resources to actually make it happen. Because I think so many people get stuck in this. I've talked about it so many times before, and you're watching this video, you know the scarcity mindset that I had when I started online around joining mastermind groups. Big sum of money, but Jimmy, in his scarcity mind, says, I can't afford to do that. And you know what? Once I said that, I was absolutely right. I couldn't afford to do it. And that's what happens so many times. We convince ourselves not to do things. We convince ourselves not to invest in coaches. We convince ourselves that the online world is not for me. We convince ourselves that masterminds and joining mastermind groups is not for me because the investment is too much. So that's why a lot of people don't join them, because one, the awareness, which I understand, but two, when they're aware of them, they're scared because of the scarcity mindset around investment into a mastermind group. So I think that's a big reason why people don't join mastermind groups. Number three, what can you expect? When you're joining a mastermind group, it's really important. Like, I've just been through this process myself because I've just joined a second mastermind group. Do the research. There's lots of people out there talking about mastermind groups. Some of them really good. Others, it's a word that they use, but it's really just a gathering of people, and it's nothing more than a membership program, low tier. And it's kind of, they get together and they talk, but there's no sense of actually really getting in, doing the training, getting to the live events and putting them on, and also being able to be around like-minded people, not at their level, but at a level higher than them, so that it lifts you up to be able to get to where it is you want to get to. And I think you got to do the research. When you find the ones that you think you might want to join, this is just speaking from my own experience, do the research, and then speak to people who are already in those masterminds and ask them for an honest feedback on what people think about the mastermind, what they're about, what results people are getting, how does it actually work, what can you expect to get, so that you set your expectations to a level where you're not actually going to be disappointed. I know a lot of this is common sense, but not necessarily common practice, and people just dive in and spend money joining masterminds. So do the research, because there is a big investment associated with the really good ones. But I tell you what, they've 10x'd my business. I get in them because I want to be around people that are a level much higher than me, because I want to get to that level. And I do believe that in the mastermind groups that I'm in, people do think at a different level. They really do. And that's why I wanted to be part of those masterminds. So if you're looking to be in a mastermind, number one, make sure that you do the research. Number two, understand why you want to get in them. Don't just join them. Be clear about what it is you want to be in a mastermind for. Do you want to be in it because there's like-minded people there? Do you want to be in it because there's people there at a different level that you want to get to? Do you want to get in it for the training? Do you want to get it in for the live events? And are you really serious about making the investment in yourself to grow and develop and take your business forward? I think those are the key components in joining any masterminds. So if you are looking to join a mastermind, make sure you do the research. There's lots of them out there. You can just go and Google them. But there's probably, I would think, from the ones in my business, in an online business that is looking to really scale their online business, then there's probably about a half a dozen out there, really good ones. I feel I'm privileged because I'm in two of them, but you're going to pay for them, but it's a really worthwhile investment. So hopefully that's been helpful for you today. If you're looking to get on LinkedIn and you want to grow your business on LinkedIn, it's a super platform, but a lot of people don't know where to start. A lot of it is down to getting your profile set up correctly. If you want to do that, I've put a one-page assessment sheet together. I'll put it in the comments below, a link where you can download it for free. It's a really good resource. Like over the last 2 weeks, nearly 100 people have downloaded it, which is fantastic. But I know it's going to be helpful for you if you're looking into LinkedIn, or you're already on LinkedIn and you just want to test your profile and see if it is optimized. Then I'll put a link to that resource in the comments below. Hopefully that's been helpful for you today, wherever you are in the world. Have a great day, and I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.